Hello students, today again I am going to continue Mowgli among the wolves, and today we are going to learn unit 2. In the previous unit 1 we have read about that Mowgli, a man's cub, entered into wolf's jungle. So let's continue from unit 2. Father Wolf ran out a few paces and heard Shere Khan muttering and mumbling savagely as he tumbled about the scrub. The fool has had no more sense than to jump at Woodcutter's campfire, and he has burnt his fate, said Father Wolf with a grunt. So here, when Father Wolf heard the sound of Shere Khan's coming, then he Father Wolf said that Shere Khan was a very fool, and he even didn't know that it is a very big threat to jump in the woodcutter's campfire. Something is coming uphill, said Mother Wolf, twitching one ear. Mother Wolf said, something is coming uphill. It means some sounds is coming in her ear. The bushes rustled a little, and Father Wolf got ready to leap. Then, if you had been watching, you would have seen the most wonderful thing in the world. Then Mother Wolf suddenly said, after saying Mother Wolf, or after listening from Mother Wolf, now Father Wolf started to leap, get ready to leap. Leap means here small jump. But then, if you had been watching, now you had been seen most wonderful. What was the most wonderful? Let's see. Man, he snapped a man's cub. Look, now he snapped. It means he now trying to say, see, here is a man's cub. Directly in front of him, holding on by a low branch, stood a brown baby who could just walk. He looked up into Father Wolf's face and laughed. So, this is the description of man's cub. You may underline these lines, because in your question you will find this description. Okay, so these lines are very much important. You can underline these lines. So, what did Father Wolf say? Directly in front of him. So, the description, from this description we can understand the baby was holding a branch, stood a brown baby. So his color was brown, and who could just walk. The man's cub, or the baby, just learned to walk, and he looked up into Father Wolf's face and he laughed. As the baby didn't know anything, so he laughed, because he didn't know anything, he couldn't fear at all, so he laughed. Is that a man's cub? Said Mother Wolf. I have never seen one. Bring it here. So now Mother Wolf said, is this a man's cub? You can see, my students, here the writer always used the word cub. A man's cub. Why cub? Because cub is, we all know cub means the like baby wolf, baby tiger, these are called cub. But here, why man's baby, man's child, they are not called cub. Actually, we called us baby, or we called us children. But here man's cub is used by the author, because Mother Wolf, they call their children as cub. So that's why she called man's cub. Okay, so Mother Wolf was very much excited to take man's cub. I have heard now and again of such a thing, but never in our pack in my time, said Father Wolf. He is altogether without here. So Father Wolf said, I have heard some news or some knowledge about man's, but I also don't know, or I also don't see any man's cub. So let's take him in our pack, and he is altogether without hair. So the man's cub had no hair. The moonlight was blocked out of the mouth of the cave, for Shere Khan's great square head and shoulders were thrust into entrance. What does Shere Khan need, said Father Wolf. A man's cub went this way. Its parents have run off, demanded Sher Khan. Now, here is the shadow of Sher Khan's, and he told, or he asked the Father Wolf that is there any man's cub? Its parents have run away. It means Father Sher Khan wanted to grab the man's cub from Father Wolf. The wolves are free people, said Father Wolf. We all know that Father Wolf didn't like Sher Khan, and now he wanted to take man's cub from him. So Father Wolf became very much angry, and he said, the wolves are free, you cannot take. They take orders from the head of the pack and not any from stripped animal. Stripped animal means tiger. We all know that tiger is stripped animal. The man's cub is ours. So now Father Wolf said that man's cub is ours. You cannot take man's cub from us. So today we have learned that Mowgli came to Father Wolf's pack, and Mother Wolf was very much eager to take him, and Father Wolf also, and Sher Khan also wanted to take him, but Father Wolf didn't want to give man's cub to Sher Khan. Okay, so next day we will again read the last part of this unit 2. Okay, so for today it is about unit 2's first one. Okay, next we will continue it again.